Hello YouTubers, subscribers and friends, welcome to my channel. It is a beautiful morning out. It is 9 o'clock in the morning now. I came out here at 8 to move my car. It was 41 degrees. It is now at 9 o'clock in the morning. It is about 44 degrees. There's a little breeze coming through this little tunnel here. It's quite chilly, but today is going to be what I call Fix It Friday. I came out here at 8 and I did my walk already. I walked around my circle drive. It takes me 1 minute to walk, do one complete lap. I walk 10 times around, turn around, walk 10 times back. 20-minute walk in. I'm still cold. Today I'm going to work on this right here. And because Mama wants it fixed. She doesn't want me to replace she doesn't want me to knock this down and rebuild it. She wants me to patch it and repair it. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to patch it. So what I did is I went to Lowe's or Home Depot and I got this right here. Got 4 of these. I got a grinding masonry bit there, not bit, but disc to cut, because I'm going to cut this. I got the cement there, and I'm going to patch this. Let's see what we're going to do here, because this is just what aesthetics for looks, because this is still good. It just we have to patch this, make it from looking ugly. So I'm going to get the size right, cut it just to cover up that ugliness down there. Because this still, like I said, this is attached up there with steel bar. It's just still supporting it. I got 3 other ones to support most of the weight. She doesn't want me to put a wooden post here like Lightning Larry wanted me to do. So I have to figure out. I'm the one that built this. Me and my nephew. We changed the cheap, weak aluminum supports that were there. There's 2 in the middle were bent, I guess, from people that hit it before I bought it. But yeah. So just take away that ugliness and clean it up. Doesn't have to look perfect. Just, like I said, take away that stuff right there. That's what I'm going to do today. There will be no hiking in the desert today. I mean, if you follow me on Instagram, you know I do videos in the morning of my hikes, and I do videos in the afternoon on Instagram of me walking my dogs. So I would definitely get my walk in again later on this afternoon. So I don't know how long this is going to take me, but that breeze seems to be kicking up right now even more. It is really cold. My ears are already frozen. I can't find my beanie anywhere. So let's get started. Let's get some measurements here and get some cutting done. Ain't going to fix itself, right? I got this jack system set up here, and I jacked it up a little bit just so I could move this a little bit. My first attempt, this brick fell off, smacked here, and broke this piece off. So now I got this to patch, which I don't know if this is going to work. It's not really working out the way I want it to work out. So I don't know. We'll see how this goes. Don't you hate it when stuff doesn't go your way? Anyways, I was able to move this back this way a little bit so I can fit one piece in there, right there on that ledge. Time to measure it. You never know until you try, right? It either work or it don't work. Alright, kind of like that. I gotta cut this piece off right here. I'm gonna make some marks and I had to jack it up more so I could move it back that way. And then on this side here, in the dirt, I'm going to dig a hole and put a metal post right there in the ground. So, we'll see. I'm also thinking about, there's going to be concrete all in between those gaps and stuff. I'm also thinking about putting a wooden, like this, going out and buying a 2x4 and putting it flush against here, all the way up to the top there as a second support, just in case. But this really pisses me off right here. Anyways, let me see this. I gotta read this. I never used this stuff before. I always used just to add water. Mixing custom mortar. Huh, there's no directions. I don't know if you have to add sand or not to that. It doesn't say. Alright, well, I'll figure it out. Right? What's the worst can happen? You fail, and then you gotta try something different, right? That's my mixing book, because I don't want to mix too much at one time. Alright, let me get to marking, and then I can get to cutting. Okay, I got my cutter set up. I got my gloves and safety glasses on. I have never used a masonry bit, so this is going to be all news to me. All new to me. So, warning, noise alert. Alright, I just scored it just to get the line done first. Now I'm going to finish cutting it, and I'll be back in a little bit. So as you can see, the masonry bit doesn't cut all the way through, so what I had to do was draw another line, flip it over, and then I'm going to cut this side so it goes all the way through. This is a slow process also. There you have it. It's cut. Now I just got to mark the other side. I kind of grinded it here because it didn't cut all the way through still, so I just ran the grinder thing over that. Now I'm going to cut the other one. Mark it and cut it. You definitely need a mask too. I didn't have a mask. Alright, I got the two sides cut. Now I'm marking for this. Maybe I'm going to cut on the inside of this a little bit just to have this one just a little bit shorter so I can put some concrete here. And I realized I didn't need to buy 4 of these, because this is the piece of this and this is the piece of that. I can just use those, and I still have these whole 2 pieces in case I mess up, right? So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Go cut these, and that masonry disc does not last very long. I think I'll be able to cut this and the other piece, and then it'll be done. As you can see, it's getting smaller. And also, I found the instructions how to use this. Use one whole bag, and it takes 3 masonry sand and general purpose sand. I don't have that sand. I have sand in my wash I'm going to use, which I use to build a brick wall around my yard in this. So, just have to figure out a mix. This is why you buy more than what you need, because the masonry bit is too small and cut all the way through, so I tried to crack it with a hammer, and that's what happened. Split this in half. So I'm going to have to go out and try to get the other one cut. Plus I have to cut this one just a little bit smaller too. It's a little bit too big. So I got to cut it smaller. So I learned 2 things here, right? Don't smack it with a hammer. Cut it a little bit smaller. Alright, so it's taken me an hour to get 3 cut, and I haven't got this one cut yet either, because I ran out of the masonry thing, and I dug through all my other disc here, and this is metal one. I've been trying to cut it with the metal one because this is the masonry disc. And I'm going to have to run to the hardware store here in this town I live in and see if they have another masonry disc. Otherwise, I'm done. I can't go any further. So that's what I'm going to do now. Because I tried cutting it with this grinding disc, this will not work at all. So always buy more than what you need when you're doing a project. Alright, got the new disc. Now it's been an hour freaking half since I've started. This one actually cost cheaper than Home Depot. This was $3.18. Home Depot cost me $5. So now I can finish cutting this and then I can get on with this job. This is the hardest part. This stuff's taking the longest here, cutting this bricks here. Alright, back to cutting. It is like 59 degrees. The wind is picking up. It is getting chilly. Just talked with my daughter for like 15 minutes on the phone after I got done cutting this. Now let's test fit this. I want it to be a little bit big so I can put some cement in between them. Alright, it's got to be put cement on the bottom here, and it's got to put cement up here. I don't know if I'm going to put that same piece in there or if I'm just going to fill it with concrete. Haven't decided yet, but that's generally what it's going to look like. Oh, that's not going in. I have to chip away on that, I guess. Alright, let's see the other side. Like that. Of course, it's going to have concrete and it's going to be raised up a little bit. This gap's filled. Now I just have to figure out the mixture of concrete now, because it's 3 bags masonry sand and 3 bags of regular sand to 1 bag of concrete. I'm not using the whole bag. It's not pretty, but it's better than just being a big hole there, right? Until I decide later, maybe at another time, replacing all of them, changing them up to something completely different, who knows. But yeah, got to mixing. Get to mixing. That's going to be my mixing bucket. Man, it is cold. That wind is blowing like crazy right now. So I went to get the sand, and then I noticed that there's 3 prairie dogs out now. There's 2 there, and then there's 1 over to the left by the tree. They usually only come out when the weather gets warm, but it's pretty chilly today. I don't know where that one went by the tree. But there's definitely 3 of them out. When I walked back there to get the sand, they went down in the hole. And then as I'm mixing my sand and mortar mix, I seen them pop back up over there. Come here, you cute little sucker, you! Cute little old freaking little rat. Alright. I don't know why they're coming out. They only come out in warm weather. Supposed to be cold the rest of the week. The high today is supposed to be 55. And it's going to be freezing all week in the evening. Alright, I gotta get back to work. I can watch them prairie dogs all day. Alright, so what I did here is I got about a shovel full of regular sand and black sand. I mixed some black sand in here. And I put about 4.5 of these scoops, because I want it really sticky. Once again, I am not a masonry. I've dabbled with concrete before. I'm not a professional at it. So, I don't know. I don't want to make any more than this, because I don't know how much I'm going to need, but I want it sticky. Kind of like paste. So I'm going to go add water to it and then get started on this. See how it turns out. Alright, I got it mixed up. That's what it looks like. Alright, sticking to the thing pretty good. That's what I want, sticky. I'd add more sand, put more black sand in there too. So it's actually more concrete than I want to make though. Alright, let me get started on this and see if I can get this figured out. Alright, it's 12 o'clock in the afternoon. I haven't had lunch yet, but I did get a little bitty snack, couple of figs. It is what, about 62 degrees, 12 in the afternoon. I got finished to put up all my tools. Well, I'm almost finished. Here's what it looks like. Still kind of wet because I went over with some water and then kind of like brushed it with the broom a little bit. This little piece right here to support the rain gutter that I have to fix also today. That broke off from the wind. But one thing about these blocks right here, they're a lot thicker. I have one left over. They're thicker than the actual brick. Than the actual brick like that. So it does stick out. I try to fill it in with some concrete right here, all the way around. But if you didn't know, without looking at it, you would never know, right? I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I swept off my whole carport too because it's covered with leaves. But from this side, you will never know because I could make one almost flush, but the other one was going to stick out a little bit further, so I just made this one flush to this side because this is the one you're going to see the most when you're pulling in and stuff like that. But yeah, so what I'm going to do next is in the front, I just covered it with concrete, the leftover concrete I had, and then I brushed it with the broom, give it some texture there. Because I'm going to put that post, the metal pole, right in the ground. I'm going to bang it in the ground so if it ever does blow wind again, it's not going to be able to come all the way out like it did last time. It's going to hit that pole first. And I don't know, maybe I'll paint that pole someday. I don't know if we're going to ever put the white things there again. I haven't made a decision on that, but probably let this dry for a couple of months maybe. The only reason we put this here though is because of Mrs. Kravitz. As you can see, the wind is picking up again. We're supposed to get a lot of wind this weekend, but Mrs. Kravitz is no longer here, so I may just leave that open like that. All I gotta do is finish doing that and finish the rain gutter up there. It's 1 o'clock. The high today was supposed to be 55. It is 62. And it's got 30% humidity. The project is done. Started at 9. It's 1 o'clock right now. I got the rain gutter in. I made some supports with my own brackets right up there. Some what they call that, plumber's tape. Self-tapping screws. Because the plastic piece that it stuck down into and I hung onto, it got snapped off. So I just said, what would MacGyver do? And then I got it held with some baling wire right here, nice and tight, so this is not going anywhere. This was a 3-foot pipe. As you can see, there's about a foot sticking out of the ground. I dug down and then I banged it down. This pipe is not going anywhere, so if this ever gets blown out again, it's going to hit this. It's never going to come way out here again like that. It is a beautiful day. My wife said it was supposed to rain Wednesday. It didn't. They said it moved from Wednesday to Thursday, Friday. Today's Friday. Not a cloud in the sky. Beautiful sunshine. This honeydew list project is done. The prairie dogs were playing for a couple of hours today over there, and they've disappeared. I don't know if I'm going to ever put that white piece back. I'm going to have to let this dry for, mailman's here, for about a month to make sure that's really, really dry. As you can see, if you didn't know better, the brick at the very bottom kind of sticks out a little bit, but not too much. She wanted a patch. She got a patch job. I think it looks pretty good. This side I did as much flush as possible. Looks good. Once all that concrete dries, it will not attract your attention to it. And like I said, I got that baling wire holding that rain gutter. That is fixed. Saved a lot of money. If I would have went Lightning Larry's direction, this is the only side that kind of looked kind of awkward, but whatever. It looks better than what it was, right? I would have spent a lot of money if I would have went the direction that Lightning Larry wanted me to go. Somebody coming up in my driveway. mailman. Must have a special package he's going to deliver. Anyways, this is done. Rain gutter's done. She will be happy. She was tired of looking at that broken piece. Well, like I said, from a distance, you'll never know, right? And they all look alike. That's all that matters. Well, if you like these kind of videos, I think the mailman was just turning around in my yard. Smash that like button. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button. It don't cost you anything. It's free. And like always, thanks for taking the time to watch my videos. I can't talk. I'm starving. Time to go eat some lunch. Go!